Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to the show. Once again, we are talking about a big, long holiday waiting. So, I guess you're ready, right? I am. Especially at this very moment when we talk about California being ready for the election years, what is midterm in the big one, in the long run. But right now to California, we're talking about it is the right time. Everybody gets busy. Every campaign office gets busy starting September. Now, at this show, I have invited a special guest for you, who is my good friend, Joe Garner. Mr. Joe Garner, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Jack. It's a pleasure.
Or should I say, Mr. Assemblyman, welcome to the show.
Well, not quite yet. We still have an election to win on November 4th.
Can I sometime advance it?
Oh, of course, I'll take the promotion.
Okay, very good. All right, in this country, you're always talking about left or right, Democratic or Republican. Here on this job, this camera, we're talking about none. We're talking about everybody as a natural person, his or her ideology. Where does he or she stand? What has he or she done? What can he or she do? Those are the basic info you need to cast your vote. Do I not give him or her the vote? So that's the thing, right? So now, today, I'm so flattered to have the candidate of the 48th District of California of the Assembly House to come here join me to face my dear audiences, such as yourself, to talk about himself. So, Mr. Garner, as a routine, every time when we do this kind of a show, to introduce a person, a political figure, to my audiences, we do three things, like I mentioned: who you are, what have you done, what will you do. So, just a three, right? Okay.
Yes.
Now let's start with the who you are part. Don't take it for light though. It's a heavy-duty job.
Right.
All right. You got to tell everybody about everything, including your saving account number and whatever girlfriend number or whatever. I'm kidding. Okay, go ahead, please.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here today, and greetings to those out in the audience. I'm a longtime resident of the city of West Covina. I've lived out here in the East San Gabriel.
And by the way, it's my city.
Yeah,
we're
your
West
city,
Covina,
right in the middle.
Very
yes,
good.
Right in
we're
the middle.
Talking about the man.
Right.
All right, good. Go ahead.
I've been here for probably about 29 years out in the East San Gabriel Valley. I am a retired police sergeant for the Santa Monica Police Department, and I'm currently a commissioner for the Los Angeles County Probation Department.
By the way, how many years you were in the force?
27 years.
Oh my God, that's so many years.
That's quite a while.
That's so many years, quite a bit. Yeah, go ahead. We'll probably talk about those years.
Yeah, I really enjoyed working there. It was quite a long commute to Santa Monica, but I got to do many interesting things at the police department. I really enjoyed it.
And what else?
Currently, I'm also a community volunteer. I do a lot of work in the community, namely which is the Meals on Wheels program for the City of Industry.
All right.
I am the president of Meals on Wheels, and so I help manage the delivery of meals to those in need.
And by the way, speaking of Meals on Wheels, I came here 30 years ago. And that Meals on Wheels is the first term I heard about the community. I thought to myself, what amazing term, Meals on Wheels, right?
Yes.
So rhetorically, it's kind of like those best words combined. And then spiritually, you're talking about you're supporting something. Right. And then you're talking about you take care of your own community to the elder people, I believe, the same program, right?
Right.
Okay.
It is.
Talk something about that, please. Go ahead.
Well, we have about 96 recipients that live in our geographic area, and those are the cities of West Covina, Hacienda Heights, Roland Heights, and as far down as Pomona. So we have about 34 drivers, volunteer drivers, who will pick up meals each and every day, even on holidays, 5 days a week, and they will go out and deliver those meals.
By that, I may have a little insertion, because to lots of young people, especially those better off young people from better off families, they do not even know what Meals on Wheels are talking about. Right? So give a definition about that, please. I respect the part that we offer our services to those needy, especially those aged people, right? So please.
And you have a lot of folks who that have disabilities or unable to leave the house, and so it poses a real problem for them to prepare meals. Many times you have a person that may have no family and are by themselves, and it poses a real problem for them to eat on a regular basis. So that's where Meals on Wheels provides that service to them. We'll deliver wholesome meals from the Citrus Valley Health Partners, Queen of the Valley Hospital. And they pick up the meals every day, mid-morning, and then they take them to the various recipients throughout our geographic area.
Do we not appreciate the fact that we have people so considerate to our elderlies? And you know, this is society. We're talking about a community, right? You have to be mutually supporting each other.
Yes.
Right. So, okay, we'll jump on that later. But I understand you were also a appointed officer or the appointed a chair of the correction office of the Los Angeles County?
It's for the Los Angeles County Probation Department, and I'm
Probation Department.
Right,
Okay.
I'm a commissioner, one of 15 commissioners assigned to the Probation Department.
Especially nowadays, you're talking about early prison release. Right. So the job's getting heavier.
Yes,
right?
It is.
So being in the community, being on the job for the Santa Monica Police Department for 27 years, and also get yourself involved in this many categories of jobs, what is your, understanding about being a member who, okay, let me rephrase it. Okay. The position you're running is called elected official.
Correct.
Officials together mean the office, the officers, right? Means a position, somebody high. And yet, contradiction is that many of them regard themselves as servants.
Right.
Now, in the old time, you will find problem in between the definition of a servant and the definition of a government official.
Right.
So, what's your take in between?
Well, I think I strive to be a servant for my community. It's something that I've always done, police work as being a public servant, being a state assemblyman as a public servant. I think that's very important because I think many of our politicians, people in office, have lost sight of the concept of being servants to a community.
Exactly.
And so, I strive to be one of those people who will serve my community and help with the needs of my community, and that's what I aim to do as an assembly member.
Very good, very good. So, another word, you're only looking for a bigger chance, a better chance to serve, right? And not a better chance to get corrupted. Right. I'm not kidding, okay?
Yes, no, I agree with
those
you.
Bad examples are there.
Yes.
Take Temple City, for example, right?
Yeah.
Did we have some council member, somebody on the council, on the board, right? Corrupted. Yeah. Take Rosemead, for example, right? So we're talking about, I'm not saying that they are bad. I'm saying those individuals set as a bad example, which has caused our vigilances, at least not to act like one of them, right? So it's a good warning, at least a good reminder. Yeah. So because your constituents will regret, oh my God, why would I vote for him in the first place? I shouldn't have done that. You don't want that to happen. Am I right?
No, that's correct. It's been in the newspaper and throughout media about the recent arrests of several California state senators. You know, Leland Yee is one example. You
Yes.
have a South Bay senator who was arrested because he was not in his district. And
Take Bell City, for example.
right, there's
See, a whole pot,
Yes.
a whole pot of corrupted officers, right? So those are the things that our audiences would like to prevent, and those will, for that, we would really be more careful at the moment when you choose who to vote. So this is the moment. So joining me today is my good friend, a new friend, through a very old friend. Name is Mr. Joe Gardner. He is the candidate for the 48th District Assembly House of California. So stay with us. When we come back, we'll talk more, get into the what have you done part. So stay with us.